When teaching nimble change leadership, I often use a beaver analogy. Of course, it works very well with Canadians. After all, the beaver is our national animal. But it resonates as well in other countries. For example, last month I spoke with an audience of senior leaders from Central and Western Africa, and the analogy worked as well with them. Imagine I'm a researcher in beaver behavior, and I'm conducting an experiment with a family of beaver. Mom, dad, and a couple of kiddies. I take them to a provincial park. I drop them in a forested area where there is a little creek. A few months later, I come back to the exact same spot. The little creek is gone. Instead, there is a lake. Why? Because beavers are control freaks. They didn't like at all the little creek. They feel way more in control when there is a dam, so they built one. If you live in a city, or a town or a village, look outside through a window. It used to be a forest, not anymore. Leave a human family somewhere, come back a few months later, and they will have changed everything around them drastically. Why? Because we humans are like beavers, control freaks. This is critical to keep in mind when leading people through change. Control and anxiety are like opposite sides of a seesaw. If control is high, anxiety is low. When going through change, the beaver in us kicks in. We feel a loss of control. Anxiety goes up, which leads to worst-case thinking and resistance. The takeaway: as change makers, we need to give control back to the people impacted by change. We call it feeding the beaver. How do we do that? Through involvement and co-creation. As the saying goes, nothing about them without them. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Nimble Vlog.